Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and see what's wrong inside this cooling chamber. It does cool, but it doesn't cool as much as it should. So that means it's possible that the Peltier cell is not sitting properly on top of the aluminium cooling block. And it's that aluminium cooling block to which the sensor is fastened. So that's how the sensor is cooled down. So I want to get in there and see if I can see what the issue is. Now what I also do know, look, this one here is a very important step. This ring over here ensures that the line of sight is perpendicular to the plane of the sensor. If this plate were twisted this way, then the lens would be looking up here, which means the light would be not going through it completely. The way it is set up is, if you have a look there, there's two screws there. One of those screws into the base, whereas the other just pushes against the base. So it being pushed against the base determines how high it must be. So it pushes the plate up, while the other screw pushes the plate down, and it's a balance between those two which determines where it should be. So what I've got to do here, and I think this is the one here that screws into the base. Make sure that I put it down in the same orientation, and that there's the top. I'm going to mark it. Here is a gasket. If I remember, it was quite greasy underneath this unit. There's no screws that can fall out of there, so we can have a look underneath. So I'm just going to mark the top again. Okay, we're getting quite close to the bottom. I've got to take this plate off here now. Here we go. Up comes the retaining plate. Okay, well, it doesn't want to because there's a sensor cable. I remember getting this on the last time was actually very, very difficult. See what I'm doing here? I'm trying to get that plug off. Okay, I got to get the screwdriver in underneath it and prise it off. So here we are, pretty close. Here is the cooling block, and it gets screwed down onto the Peltier cell, which is underneath there. That is where the thermistor is. So we're going to see what the contact is like between the Peltier cell and this cooling block. It should be very flat. Okay, here we are inside. So there's the connector going through into the camera. Okay, then we have another clean and flat surface. So, and let's apply power to this again. Okay, 1.65, that's fine. I'm happy that it is now connected. It's allowing current to flow through it, and presumably it's cooling. Okay, I think we can put this all back together again. The biggest difficulty with doing that is putting the sensor back in. It's not easy popping that back onto the back of the sensor. Yeah, we got it on. That has to be on. Okay. This is the filter holder. So it goes in this way around. And one of these was at the top, and there's my marker. Okay, camera's back to where it was. And this is going to be another one of those sort of big moments where we see, well, is it going to get cold? So here I'm about to plug the power in. Make sure we can see everything. See the temperatures. Here we go. Drawing 1.8. Look at that temperature dropping. There's quite a bit of heat coming through this heatsink. Wow, it's really getting hot. I'm sure it needs the fans. Okay, well, I'm not going to let it go any further because, I mean, my golly, that's almost 18 degrees. So I'm going to pull the power